The Gospel of Jesus Christ according to St. Luke. Luke chapter 10 verses 1 to 12.17 to 20. At that time, the Lord appointed 72 others and sent them out 2 by 2 ahead of him to every town and place he intended to visit. He said to them, "The harvest is abundant, but the laborers are few. So ask the master of the harvest to send out laborers for his harvest. Go on your way, behold, I am sending you like lambs among wolves. Carry no money bag, no sack, no sandals, and greet no one along the way. Into whatever house you enter, first say, 'Peace to this house.' If a peaceful person lives there, your peace will rest on them. But if not, it will return to you. Stay in the same house and eat and drink what is offered to you. For the laborer deserves their payment. Do not move about from one house to another. Whatever town you enter and they welcome you, eat what is set before you. Cure the sick in it, and say to them, 'The kingdom of God is at hand for you.' But whatever town you enter and they do not receive you, go out into the streets and say, 'Even the dust of your town that clings to our feet, we shake off against you.' Yet know this, the kingdom of God is at hand. I tell you, it will be more tolerable for Sodom on that day than for that town." The 72 returned rejoicing and said, "Lord, even the demons are subject to us because of your name." Jesus said, "I watched Satan fall like lightning from the sky. Behold, I have given you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions and upon the full force of the enemy, and nothing will harm you. Nevertheless, do not rejoice because the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice because your names are written in heaven." Healing reflection based on Luke chapter 10 verses 1 to 12.17 to 20. Go forth like lambs among wolves, and rejoice because your names are written in heaven. 1. A gentle calling amidst a stormy world. In the midst of a noisy, restless world filled with unanswered questions, today's gospel passage, where Jesus sends out 72 disciples, resounds with a special call. Jesus does not choose the brilliant or the wise of the world. He chooses humble, simple-hearted people who are willing to love and remain faithful. He sends them out like lambs among wolves. At first, this sounds harsh, yet isn't it deeply relevant today? Often we must face deception, loss, or manipulation cloaked in eloquent speech for personal gain. But the Lord's call is not to wage war, but to live with love and humility. 2. Love becomes the only luggage. Jesus says, "Carry no purse, no bag, no sandals. Do not greet anyone along the way." This instruction, in its spiritual depth, invites us to let go of what is unnecessary so that the soul may become light, and the heart wide open. And it is precisely when we walk with empty hands, yet full of trust in God's providence, that we are most accompanied by His grace. In his book Jesus and the Poor, Father Henri Nouwen tells the story of a young girl abandoned and alienated from her family. Drifting from shelter to shelter, she was taken in by religious brothers, but said nothing, trusting no one. Eventually, a janitor began placing a flower by her bed each day without a word. After 3 weeks, the girl smiled for the first time and softly whispered, "I want to be forgiven." 3. Peace to this house, not just words, but presence. Peace to this house is not a mere formality, It is a sacred transmission of grace. When a bearer of the gospel enters a home, they bring Christ's presence. Saint Francis of Assisi once said, "Preach the gospel at all times. If necessary, use words. That is the art of blessing others with peace, not only by speaking it, but by becoming it." 4. Rejected? Shake the dust and walk on. Life doesn't always respond with welcome. Even when we arrive with goodwill and gifts, we may face rejection. Jesus doesn't promise we will be applauded everywhere, but he teaches us how to let go with freedom and peace. In the Christian mystical tradition, Saint John of the Cross was exiled and imprisoned by his own brothers in faith. He lived through great darkness, yet without bitterness, and from the solitude of his prison, he composed spiritual poems that still illuminate hearts today. He later transformed his prison cell into a place of contemplation, declaring, "It is suffering that gives wings to the soul." 5. True joy. Your name is written in heaven. Jesus says, "Do not rejoice that spirits submit to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven." This is a deep consolation to those striving to live kindly, quietly, and faithfully, yet go unnoticed in a world that prizes applause. When Saint Therese of Lisieux was a young nun in the cloistered Carmel, she never preached, never traveled far, and never achieved great things by worldly measure. Her days were filled with simple acts, sweeping, washing dishes, offering a smile to a grumpy sister, making small sacrifices for the joy of others. Yet her way of love and littleness became a radiant path of sanctity, the little way. Though she never left her convent, she was later declared patroness of the missions. Because love knows no borders. What matters is not how much we do, but how much we love in what we do. And so, her name is indeed written in heaven, not only in the canon of saints, but in the hearts of countless souls. Dear friend, if today you feel your life is ordinary, invisible, or small, just love, keep giving, and rejoice, for in the eyes of God, nothing is small when done with love.